Hello everyone, so I'm just making this quick video here. I don't normally do this for album announcements, but because I love Björk so much, I had to make a video just expressing what I felt about the album cover and an album announcement for UTOPIA, Björk's ninth studio album, which is going to be released on November 24th, which is just 3 weeks away, which is so soon. I was really concerned because it had been silent since September on whether this album was actually coming before the end of the year or not. And I kind of had a feeling that she was withdrawing information about the album because of the fear of leaks. Her last album, Vulnicura, was supposed to come out a full 2 months after it actually ended up originally coming out because it leaked in full. And so instead of doing a pre-order, she just decided to digitally release the album the day of the leak, which was one of those shocking things. I remember finding out about it and just being like, it was like I was so excited for the album, but then I was like, oh, I have to wait 2 months. And then I was like, oh crap, the album's actually coming tonight. Like it was like this, it was so much emotion and stuff. But I really hope that this album does not leak. Obviously, we do not know officially the full track list. We only have the song The Gate, which is track number 3, which was the lead single. I never actually talked about the music video. I only talked about the song in my track review, which I will link in the description box. I praised the song, profusely. And the music video, I'm sure I'll talk about it more in depth in my full UTOPIA album review coming later this month. But the music video just added so much more even to the song than it already was. I mean, I fell in love with this music video. And an interesting thing to note is don't think just because you already have The Gate downloaded that you don't need to buy the song that's actually listed in the album track list, because the version of that's going to be actually in the album is the version that you hear in the music video. The version that she released as a single does not have all those instrumental sort of sound effects in the background at the beginning during the intro that you hear in the music video, and it also changes up a teeny bit at the beginning, the sort of bass sounds of Arca's production, just a smidge. I like it both versions. I don't have a preference to either or, but I do think that the full-bodied version is the one you need to listen to. So I highly recommend. Yeah, you got to shell out more money, but come on, it's Björk. If you're a Björk fan, it's worth it. You got to get the new version of The Gate. She's not new to doing this. She sometimes releases, singles that are different from the actual album version. She did this with Biophilia. So this isn't a new thing for her. And I remember at that point being kind of frustrated because I actually sometimes liked the original sounds of the songs for Biophilia than the ones that she actually put on the album. I'm talking about Crystalline, Cosmogony, and Virus. Those songs were all actually different when they were originally released, and I actually preferred them in their original form. But I will get into that when I do the Biophilia review at some point. Stay tuned for the end of the video because I'm going to talk about that. I wanted to talk about this album cover. I spent a good 15 to 20 minutes just staring at this album cover. Now, Björk's album covers are always ones that I'm almost the most excited for of any artist I follow, because her album covers are always pure art. They're always her transformed into some character that embodies the music. If you look at all 9 of them now, I saw a really nice picture that had all 9 of her album covers now, because 9's a nice thing to do a little chart of. And you can see a sort of progression of her face becoming more obscured. Some people were complaining. They were like, why are you covering up your face? Some people, I don't understand this, but some people said that she looked ugly in this album cover. And I was like, Bish, come on, don't go there. Because look, Björk, if you know her and understand her, she's becoming more, it's not insecurity that she's covering up her features more. She's becoming more comfortable and able to express herself in different forms. She's becoming different creatures and characters. She doesn't want to narcissistically put her just beautiful face, which is beautiful, on every single album cover. That would be so boring. And the color scheme for this, I am so in love with. It's pale, like peachy colors and like rich blues and purples and greens. That's the vibe I'm getting. I mean, it's definitely colorful. The album cover is very colorful with a hint towards the pastel, which we were already seeing in some of the promotional photos that she did with Tim Walker, which were phenomenal. I loved them. I could have easily seen them being stand-ins for the album cover, to be honest, but when I saw those, I got really excited what it was going to look like for this, and I definitely am satisfied. This album cover is the perfect level of weird in a good way, and beautiful, elegant, mysterious. It's just hard to describe. I love the little creature that she has nestled up in her neck, and then the flute and then the fact that she has the windpipes in her throat. I mean, this album is going to be a lot more airy. There's going to be a ton of flutes. She has a flute orchestra concocted for this album. There's going to be some more choral stuff, similar to her album Vespertine. Though one thing I am going to point out, I did hear someone say on Twitter that someone that they'd heard had heard the album already, said that there was actually going to be a lot of volcanic beats to this album, like Homogenic. And at first I was like, no, that doesn't make any sense, because if you listen to the interviews she's done so far, this album is supposed to be very airy and light. And obviously the gate is an indication of that in the sound of it. However, you do have to look at the fact that Arca has produced 13 of the 14 tracks on this album. By the way, it ties for her longest album with 14 tracks on a standard edition. I don't know if there will be a deluxe edition. I don't necessarily think it needs one. But it's usually the albums are like shorter. Like her last album was only 9 songs long. But then you have to remember that those 9 songs, some of them were really long. So that kind of made up for it. This album, you know, the lead single is already 6 minutes. I'm curious to see what the longest song is going to be. We do also have, for a first time ever in a Björk record, the title of the album is actually a title of a song. I do know this, and I can confirm that track number 4 is called Utopia, because I did see a leaked track list. Now, I'm not going to share the whole track list on this because it's not been officially confirmed, and also the track list was basically a translated version it was a poster in Japanese that leaked. It was a Japanese promotional poster, so people then translated the Japanese, like, song titles into English. I'm a little, I'm pretty sure the translations are accurate, but some of them, now keep in mind Björk song titles are always a little bit odd. Some of the titles I saw in that track list did not make sense in English, so I'm just a little bit unsure if those translations were what Björk actually meant. So I would wait until the full, official track list is released. But yes, there are songs like that she's already confirmed in her interview in Dazed and Confused. There's a song called Features Creatures. There is a song called Loss, which ironically, on an album about Utopia, Loss is actually the only song that's not produced by Arca. It's produced by Rabbit, who's this Texas-based producer, which I heard is a very pounding kind of baseline song, so that would be probably more the Homogenic. Again, this is conjecture, I may be wrong. However, the song Allow that she talked about in that Dazed and Confused interview does not appear on this track list. However, it may have been reworked with a different title, who knows? But it's very interesting. I highly recommend It's on Twitter. You can look it up. There's a track list, but I'm not entirely sure about the validity of some of those translations, because though some of them, there are very interesting titles, some of them I'm having you think, like, maybe that's not a good Japanese to English translation. Anywho, I kind of lost my train of thought. I was talking about the album cover. Well, yes, like I said, I'm falling in love with it. I'm so excited. It's 3 weeks away. It's not very long. I'm sure we're going to get some more songs, like, probably not this week, but maybe, I doubt it. We'll probably get like another song or 2 before the album actually releases in the next few weeks. So I'm really excited. I will be reviewing the album as soon as I can after it's released. The next thing I wanted to talk about was I have 4 left, not including Utopia, 4 albums of Björk's that I still need to film reviews for. I have already filmed reviews for Medulla, Homogenic, Vespertine, and Vulnicura. Those reviews I will also link in the description below. The 4 remaining albums that I need to review are Volta, Biophilia, Post, and Debut. I want to review one of them at least before the album Utopia comes out this month. So I'm letting you guys decide, because I wasn't sure which one. You guys decide in the comments. Let me know what album out of Biophilia, Volta, Post, or Debut, which of those 4 albums you would like to see me review next. It'll be sometime between a week from now and 2 weeks from now. I'm just not entirely sure with the scheduling and everything, because we've got a lot of albums coming out this month that I need to review. So I will be getting that done before Utopia comes out. Then I'll review Utopia, and then don't worry, the remaining 3 albums I will do towards the end of the year and into early 2018. So just comment down below. The one that gets the most recommendations will be the one I do. So, and also comment down what you think about Utopia and any information you might have gleaned, because I'm so excited. I mean, I feel like this album, everything about it is shaping up to be possibly better than Vespertine, which is really tall order, because that's my favorite album. If you watch my Vespertine review, you will know that was always my favorite Björk album. I don't know, I'm probably setting my expectations way too high, but I mean, at least to be on par with Vespertine would be amazing. So I am so excited. Let me know in the comments and let me know which album you'd like to hear me review next. So thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye.